welcome or welcome back to my channel, Mo Gang. We appreciate you being here today. So, we are on day 12 of 12 days of Vlogmas. We have made it to this point. And yes, there is a video missing, which would be day 9, as well as the videos are a little bit out of order. So it goes from day 7, excuse me. Day 7 to day 10 to day 8. Day 9 is missing. And day 10 went up before I could catch it to not go up, so that it was, not out of order basically. But it's okay. Still got it up. And then 11 will premiere a little bit later today. You will see Vlogmas Day 8 is going to be up before this. And then, like I said, 11 will come after that. So it is going to be a little out of order. It's just because, like I said, day 10 uploaded before I could grab it, so to speak. So just ignore that. But we have made it to the end. And when you guys see this, it will be Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas to those who celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas. I love Christmas. We love it. And yes, I have the same PJs on again because I wanted to bring some holiday cheer, holiday vibes to the last day. You know what I'm saying? I'm making holiday little treats. So why not have on holiday PJs, right? Along with the holiday socks. Y'all saw that in the holiday cocktail video, which I had this on in there too. So I filmed that earlier today. Okay. Boom, we got all that out the way. So yeah, shout out to all the influencers who do vlogs and everything on a weekly basis, like on a regular, because baby, I barely made it. I didn't technically complete 12 days, but I did 11, and my goodness, I had content for all 12 days though, technically. But like I said, I scrapped the video 9. It would have been a clean with me video. I just decided not to do it. It just was, something was telling me, don't bother uploading that one. So I didn't. Went with my feelings on that one. And yeah, so let's get into it. We are going to start with it's called crock pot candy. And they're basically like the chocolate peanut clusters. And then you can add like holiday sprinkles on the top. I don't technically have holiday sprinkles. I could not find any. So you will see the little sprinkles that I end up putting on top. And I will not put a bunch because I don't want a bunch up there. And we are going to do some snickerdoodle cookies. I love me some snickerdoodle cookies. And the other holiday cookies that I was looking up and everything just didn't look like cookies I would even eat. So I just played it safe, and I was like, you know what? Just go for the good old snickerdoodles. We love snickerdoodles. And usually snickerdoodles is kind of for like the winterish time and everything. So I figured it'd be a good little holiday cookie to do. So let's get into these treats. And yeah, we're going to start with the crock pot candy first. All right, so I'm going to get the crock pot candy going first since that's going to take the longest time, technically. Prep time should only be 5 minutes for this. I'm not going to, I don't know. I may keep all that footage in here. I may not. So this is not on yet, but I will go ahead and put it on low because it does say it will be going cook on low for an hour. So instructions, I will put this little recipe down below. Like I said, I will I'm also going to insert a picture of the little crock pot candy. Now mine won't look the exact same because I do not have those sprinkles. I am also going to halve this recipe, so when I put the recipe down below, just know that I have halved the recipe. Okay, so it just literally says instructions: place the peanuts in a crock pot, add the chocolate chips and the almond bark. I opted to just get white chocolate chips instead of the white almond bark. And then cook on low for an hour, remove lid and stir. Cover and cook for an additional 30 minutes. Stir until thoroughly combined. Drop tablespoon-sized dollops of candy onto parchment paper. Top with sprinkles. Cool until firm, then serve. Boom. All right, so it does call for a pound of roasted salted nuts, peanuts. So what I'm going to do, just for ease of pouring, just for ease of pouring, and yes, I'm going to measure because, again, I'm not trying to have, I'm not trying to have too much. And I'm halving, like I said, I'm halving everything. So this is a full pound of, or 16 ounces of the roasted. These are actually dry roasted with sea salt. It's just the Food Line brand. I won't about to be spending a whole bunch of money for no reason. So I'm going to just do this by the ounces because my food scale does not have pounds on it. All right. So 8 ounces of peanuts of the salted ones. I'm going to take me a couple. I love me some peanuts. Then it does say for a pound of roasted unsalted peanuts. So I have these as well. But again, I am going to go in with only 8 ounces versus 16, which is equal to 1 pound. So we're going to do... All right. 8 ounces of those. Yeah, and this is still going to make a lot. This is still going to make a lot. So it's all good. Those a little together. All right. And I already did turn my crock pot on just before I started filming this part. Okay. So now gonna do, it calls for 16 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate, the Ghirardelli semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I picked up the Ghirardelli white chocolate chips. So I wanted to do the Ghirardelli chocolate, so that's why I went ahead and did that instead of the almond bark. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this bag open. All right, so it calls for 16 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate, but I'm only gonna do 8. Right? There's the 8. Pour it in. And oh, that's yummy. And then it calls for 2 pounds of white almond bark, but I'm gonna pretty much just go in. I know 16 ounces is a pound. This is 11 ounces, so I'm just gonna go in with the whole bag of this, I guess. So boom, and call it a day. Got that going, and so you're just supposed to put this on top. Boom. Yep, y'all can see in there. and then cook on low for an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead, top this, and then I'm gonna set a timer for 1 hour. We're going to move into the cookies, and these are the cinnamon cream cheese cookies, which are basically snickerdoodles, more or less. And these cookies make for the perfect Christmas or anytime treat. So I'm just making some little treats here, you guys. So let's get to it. All right. So let me go ahead, and I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I should have already had this out. I forgot. But calls for a half a cup of unsalted butter, and I am doing, if you happen to, I will link the recipe for this like I did. I'm gonna do a link for the recipe for the cocktail, but it has like a 1x, 2x, and 3x. I'm assuming that's like the servings or something. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but I think I get it. So it calls for a half a cup of unsalted butter. So I'm just going to use this unsalted butter here, and it's basically going to be the full stick. But I need to, I got it over here on the stove so it can kind of soften quicker. 4 ounces of cream cheese, and I am going to use just this Food Lion, the whipped cream cheese spread. It's basically the same thing, but this is softer and it's easier to work with. So, and it did say for it to be softened as far as the cream cheese goes. So I'm just going to measure out 4 ounces of this and add it in. We will need powdered sugar and 1 egg. Let me go ahead and grab that. 1 egg. All right, gonna need some baking powder. I have this baking powder here, so I'm just gonna use that. I actually picked up some more baking powder because I couldn't remember if I still had baking powder or not, which I did, so I'm just gonna use that. Vanilla bean paste or extract. I only have extract. I was trying to find the paste, honestly, because I just wanted to try that out, but I could not find any. So I'm just gonna use my pure vanilla extract, great value from Walmart, and pinch of kosher salt. I do not have kosher salt, and I was not about to buy a whole thing of kosher salt knowing I ain't gonna use it. So I'm just gonna use my pinch of the pink Himalayan salt and call it a day. All-purpose flour. We have here, boom, a granulated sugar. This is actually pure cane sugar. So I have that here. And then some cinnamon. So we got that there. Let's get to it. So in a large bowl, cream together the butter and cream cheese mixture. All right, so now we're gonna cream together the butter, it says, which again, I'm following instructions. Then I am going to go in, just so I can be sure I am measuring the right amount. I'm going to do right. I'm going to go to the ounces, and I am going to uh, 4 ounces. That is 3.1. All right, so 4 ounces. Boom. Cream cheese in. And I love working with the whipped cream cheese spread. So it does say cream together the butter and cream cheese with hand mixer until smooth. And then you would slowly add the powdered sugar until combined. So, okay. Let's do this first. So, I'm going to go all the way down. This is just my little hand mixer here. Just a little Sunbeam hand mixer. I think I got this from like Big Lots. Like, oh my goodness. A strong 10 years ago, if not longer. So, oh, I can actually take this off here. Okay. All right. And then we're going to blend. Now, let's see, slowly add the powdered sugar. Let me just get a random bowl so I can add this. And let's see, I need 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. So I'm just going to use this powdered sugar here. All right, and then there's the 1/2 point. These do have like measuring things within, like inside of it. So, all right. Bring the hand mixer slowly up, just a little bit up out the base of the bowl, just so that way the stuff don't go flying everywhere and it's not stuff caked all up on there. All right, so now it says to add the 1 egg, which we have here, and I'm just gonna crack it on the bowl I used because we need not to get any shells in here. Because I think at this point I don't have to use the mixer. I may use it still for a little bit. Okay, never mind. All right, so baking powder, I need a 1/2 teaspoon, and we need a teaspoon of vanilla. So I can have this all the way back. Need 1 3/4 cup of flour. There's 1. And all right, that's 2/4. All right, now 3/4. So I'm just gonna add a little bit at a time. All right, so now we have mixed this up all together, and it does say to place place in the fridge for 1 hour to rest. So we are gonna do that now. All right, so now the next step says to preheat the oven to 375, which I already did. It's been preheated for probably an hour now, if I'm being honest. Not on purpose, but like I said, I was anticipating starting this video probably about easily 2.5, probably, probably about an hour and a half ago. I was supposed to have been starting this video easily. So a little behind schedule, but it's okay. So it says to, in a small bowl, mix together the cinnamon and sugar and set aside. So calls for 1/4 cup of the sugar. Oh, perfect. Boom. And then the cinnamon, I'm not going to worry about measuring. I'm just going to sprinkle to my heart's desires. Sprinkle to my heart desires. That's probably about enough. And I'm going to mix this up. Now we have let this go for, oh goodness. Something weird going on down here. Okay. Oh, it was making a little peanut butter. Oh, that's not good. But I have let it go for the allotted time that it instructed me to. All right, so now all it says to do is just to drop tablespoon sizes onto a parchment lined baking sheet. All right, y'all, so I was not filming or my clips basically cut off because my storage is very much taken up. So I just cleared some stuff out, so this should help. But all I'm doing is just rolling the dough into little balls and then rolling them in the cinnamon sugar mixture and then placing them on the cookie sheet. This is gonna be the last one I re-roll because I feel like the rest of them are good. They're fine. Yeah. Some of these are gonna be hefty. All right, so now it says to bake for 8 to 9 minutes until just set. Do not over bake. It's hard to tell when these cookies are ready. They will puff up but won't get golden brown. Let cool on baking sheet for 10 minutes. Transfer cookies to a wire rack and let cool completely. I do not have a wire rack, so they will completely be cooling on a baking sheet for probably about 15 minutes. So pop these in the oven, and then I will come back with the final goodies on display and all that fun stuff. So let's do it. So the cookies needs improvement, honestly, but the candies were so good. I did eat some of the snickerdoodle cookies, but either way, it is what it is. It turned out fine, and I appreciate you guys for tuning into this last Vlogmas episode.